Quantocking is the final episode of Series 3, and out of all of the 3 series finales that Peep Show has had up to this point, Quantocking is the first that feels like a true cliffhanger conclusion to get you hooked for the next series. The 2 prior final episodes were intentionally anticlimactic, and they played that as a joke, but here the ending of the episode takes itself more seriously and isn't afraid to actually drop a clanger on us, even though it obviously still has the comedic angle too. Mark and Jeremy's time on the moors together is perhaps one of the best moments of pure dialogue in the show's history. It's just pure, unfiltered, unadulterated conversation, during which both of them are being almost completely honest with each other. I say almost because Mark still has the secret Twix, but Mark's honesty in this scene with Jez is great, as it's almost like if Jez is coaxing his inner feelings out of him, and thus when he realises he doesn't have to marry Sophie after all, it feels like a win for both Mark and Jeremy. Though of course, Mark's world goes crumbling down almost immediately after this realisation, as he spends the night outside and then comes back only to be greeted by Sophie accepting his regretful engagement ring. The show briefly building Mark up and then kicking him back down even further is really letting you know that Mark will never get his way, and that things are going to get a lot worse before they get any better for him. I'd say it's good for the most part, but sometimes you do just enjoy the brief moments of Mark's happiness, and to see it fade so quickly here does feel like a bit of a kick in the teeth, though I imagine that was definitely done on purpose. Because, well, the entire episode is just continually showing us that Mark and Sophie aren't right for each other. They argue when finding a restaurant, are uncomfortable in the restaurant, and then don't even leave the restaurant together. Now that I think about it, Mark leaving and eventually ending up with Jez, and Sophie leaving and eventually ending up alone, is kind of a representation of the show. Jez and Suze are together in this episode too, but they feel kind of neglected by the show. Obviously Mark and Sophie are the focus here, but I would have liked a little bit more time with Suze. She seems a lot more interested in him this episode than she does in most others, and also comes across a bit more naive than she does in others too. Maybe those things are related. I don't really have much to say about Hans here. He's good, he's funny, he does his bit. It's a rather standard Super Hans showing, but that's always a welcome addition.